Hi there. Well, this is how far I've gotten on my pair of moccasins, and I'm now starting to put the cuff on around the ankle. Now I've got the design put in the way I wanted it to be, and I've got the tongue sewn on. I've got the stitching of the cord put in, and the D-rings on. So now the next thing that I have to do is to wrap the ankle with the edging and then sew it on. So I've never really been satisfied with the way that I've done it before, but I've got an idea here that I'm going to try for the first time, and I think it's going to be quite successful. Okay, so to start with, in our design, we made sure that there was plenty of material on the ankle edging to overlap each other. So what I'm going to do is right in the middle of the ankle, that's where I'm going to put my seam. But what I'm going to do to start with, I'm going to trim each of the ends. And when the ends are trimmed, I'm going to make them so that they're about 1/4 of an inch longer than what's necessary. Because my thoughts are that I'm going to be able to use up that 1/4 of an inch when I sew here very easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my pieces inside and get them all squared off. But what I'm going to do is, after I've gotten the proper lengths put in, I'm going to cut the pieces, and right now I've got the ankle here stapled on the front to act as an anchor point, and I'm going to secure maybe about the first quarter of the edge banding. And then what I'm going to do is, once I get my length here, I'm going to lift it up over the top, so it's not going to be sewn directly onto the moccasin. But once I get it, then I'm going to butt the two ends up together and use a zigzag stitch to fasten them together. And then I'm going to slide them over top of the denim. So when I put my zigzag stitch in, it's going to be something like this. I'll have each piece. I'll butt them up like that and sew them towards the middle and towards the middle, and then I'll be able to wrap it around the ankle. So that's what my idea is. And so why I can't fasten it all the way around, I have to be able to slide this over top onto the sewing table there. So that's why I'm not going to stitch it all the way around at this moment. So my first job is to get the correct measurements here. So I'll get everything fastened up here, get it organized. Okay, so I can see that I can see where the middle is on this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fasten, I'm going to glue down the cord here that I used for the decoration. I'm going to just put a couple drops of crazy glue, and that will keep it from fraying or from unraveling when I don't want it to. And all it takes is like 1 drop of this stuff and it's good to go. And if you ever do use this stuff, what I've done is I punched the hole in the side instead of in the end, and that way I don't get any overflow that I don't want to have happen, and it seems to be working pretty good. Okay. So I can see my middle here. And I'm going to go back maybe about 1/8 of an inch on this one and 1/8 of an inch on the other one. Sorry, I should be going forward, not backwards. Yeah, backwards doesn't make it too good. Okay, so I'll cut that there. Okay, so that's looking pretty much the way I would like it to be. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine now, and I'm going to stitch those two butt-ended pieces together. Okay, so that's what the idea is, and when I've got that finished, I'll come back and just show you what how it's worked out. Hi there. Okay, well, I've gone ahead and I have put a zigzag stitch in the back seam here, and I think that it's worked out quite well. So the seam goes along on the outside as well as on the inside. It's a little heavy. I put a little heavier one on the outside. So then, after that, all I have to do is to get everything nice and straightened around, take out any staples that are still left in, okay, get everything lined up nice, make sure it's down as far as it should be. Okay, now I'll take it to my next, to my sewing machine with the free arm, and I'll probably give it at least 2 passes and maybe 3 around here. And then I've got one more D-ring to sew in down here, and that's pretty well it, except for the laces. This one has got the fake fur liner in it, so it should be nice and cozy. And then the only other thing that's left to do is to hand stitch this back piece here. So I'll trim that up, maybe put a little silicone on it to keep it from unraveling, and then stitch it up. So that's what it looks like, and I'll finish up the ankle trim, and then I'll come back to you and just show you how things have worked out.